Now the forecast for the Twin Cities metropolitan area. Overnight, mostly clear. Lows around 20 below. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts to around 30 miles an hour. Friday, mostly sunny. Highs around 9 below. Northwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Near steady temperature around 12 below. West winds up to 5 miles an hour. Saturday, mostly sunny. Highs around 1 below. South winds up to 5 miles an hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Lows around 11 below. Southeast winds up to 5 miles an hour. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs around 4. Sunday night, mostly clear. Lows around 12 below. Monday, increasing clouds. Highs around 11. Monday night, not as cold. Decreasing clouds. Lows around 1. Tuesday through Wednesday, partly cloudy. Highs around 11. Lows around 2 below. Wednesday night and Thursday, partly cloudy. Lows around 7 below. Highs around 6. Again, the forecast for the Twin Cities metropolitan area for overnight, mostly clear. Lows around 20 below. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts to around 30 miles an hour. At midnight, in the Twin Cities, it was clear. The temperature was minus 19 degrees, the dew point was minus 36, and the relative humidity was 41%. The wind was northwest at 17 miles an hour, gusting to 26. The wind chill was minus 45. The pressure was 30.60 inches and rising. Around the metro, it was clear, with a temperature of minus 18 at St. Paul, minus 18 at South St. Paul, and minus 18 at Lakeville. Under clear skies, Eden Prairie reported minus 19, Crystal reported minus 20, and Blaine reported minus 18. At Lake Elmo, it was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of minus 18. Across the rest of Minnesota, it was clear, with a temperature of minus 18 at Rochester, minus 18 at Mankato, minus 22 at St. Cloud, and minus 25 at Brainerd. Under clear skies, Duluth reported minus 25, Bemidji reported minus 29, International Falls reported minus 29, and Alexandria reported minus 24. At Marshall, it was partly cloudy, with a temperature of minus 15. At Hibbing, it was mostly cloudy, with a temperature of minus 27. Around Wisconsin, snow was falling, with a temperature of minus 4 at Madison, and minus 12 at La Crosse. It was clear, with a temperature of minus 19 at Osceola, minus 19 at Rice Lake, and minus 16 at Wausau. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of minus 18 at Eau Claire, minus 7 at Green Bay, and 3 at Milwaukee. Across the eastern Dakotas, skies ranged from clear to partly cloudy. It was minus 20 at Fargo, minus 19 at Watertown, and minus 12 at Sioux Falls. In Iowa, skies ranged from clear to partly cloudy. It was 3 at Des Moines, minus 3 at Sioux City, and minus 14 at Mason City. Once again at midnight, in the Twin Cities, it was minus 19 degrees and the wind chill was minus 45, under clear skies. This is weather radio station KEC 65 Minneapolis, St. Paul. On a frequency of 162.550 megahertz. Serving listeners throughout much of east-central Minnesota and west-central Wisconsin. We broadcast from the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Chanhassen, Minnesota, and transmit from the KSTP Eyewitness News Television Tower in St. Paul. The current time is 12:24 a.m. Central Standard Time. Extreme cold warning now in effect from 6 p.m. this evening to noon Friday. Cold weather advisory in effect from noon Friday to midnight Friday night. What? For the extreme cold warning, dangerously cold wind chills as low as 45 below expected. for the cold weather advisory, dangerously cold wind chills as low as 35 below expected. Where portions of central, east central, and west central Minnesota and northwest and west central Wisconsin